Live. Okay. All right, we're live. We're live. Ah, crap. Hold on. Hello. Is this working? Okay. I get myself. All right. Shalom. Shalom, Yasharallah. Before we get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. We give double honor to the apostles of great millstone who rule well and teach well, the only one certified to give the 100% truth of the Bible. All right. And sincere shalom to the like-minded brothers, the elder bishops that push out this word in truth and sincerity. All right. Sincere shalom to the Aquat out there who learn in silence. My name is Bayan the Pasha from the GMS Orlando camp. Lord willing, I'm back in the Holy Spirit to edify the elect out there, whoever they may be. Okay. So the title of today's lesson is Esau's beast system is coming together. Okay. I'm just seeing this in the news. I had to hop right on it. You know, you got some aerial surveillance. The police use drones. This is just today that just came out a couple hours ago. The integration of high precision unmanned units such as drones, enhancing public safety, emergency response, and the technical reconstruction of accidents. All right. So in the state of Florida right now, this is what they're going ahead and using. All right. Now, let me go ahead and just keep reading on this because it's really interesting what they got going on. The landscape of public safety in the state of Florida has undergone significant technological evolution with the implementation of unmanned aircraft systems as a part of the most effective tools used by law enforcement. Okay. So now what law enforcement is doing, and this happens quite a bit. I think the beginning of last month, all the Jim Orlando camp decided to come to Altamont here, you know, and we have a lot of. I'll be seeing drones at camp, and when all of us came here, it was a helicopter that was hovering above, and sometimes it hovers above during the midweek camps as well, just right over us, and it don't be anywhere else. So we be trying to have a conversation with the brothers, and we can't even hear it because the helicopter is just that close, just right there. But now they're switching to drones, and the reason why is because it's more cost effective. Just a little bit of charging on these things. They go for at least like an hour. They're lightweight. You could send multiple at once. They're very nimble. They're very capable in how they move. If you ever watch videos about drones, you can see how you can watch people control drones themselves. A lot of these are remotely piloted. Well, all of these are remotely piloted, and it's going to get to a point where they put AI in them, and you'll see. I have a video pulled up as well of this specific series. All right, but I just want to get a couple precepts on and just go through this article and show you what's going on real quick. Not to make it too long, but let's just go ahead. The Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, has incorporated drones into its surveillance protocols across the state's major highways. These devices allow for continuous monitoring without the need to deploy costly helicopters for routine tasks, while also strengthening response capabilities by enabling officers to maintain immediate perspective during high-risk situations or vehicle pursuits. They're using this as a way to, just like how I was doing in a video I made a while ago. about Esau's beast system, using billboards with people's charges of what they got going on. It's going to start out with people who have committed, um, sexual offenses and child, you know, child offenses like that, so that it feels justified to those people that do it. But they're eventually going to use this for complete and total surveillance. The beast structure is almost completely set to go. It's almost modular at this point. They just got to switch out what they currently have as a facade to switch out the actual purpose of which they've been developing over a good amount of time. you know, and a good one to always go to is, let me go to it real quick. It's Psalm 64, because going into Esau, Edom, as the scriptures describe him as the secret counsel of the wicked, the banking elites. All right, the roughly 60 families, like the Oppenheimers, DuPonts, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, those families. Okay, those are the ones that own the centralized banks. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, no, there's a couple things I want to bring out. Yeah. Um, what was it? Damn, it just slipped my mind. What was I looking at? Salakia. This is why we need them new bodies, man. Because it's so easy to just be thinking about something and it just slip your mind like that. But either way, Esau is the secret counsel of the wicked. Okay, as the scripture. I think that's what I was gonna do. Let me just open up a new tab, because if you go here and man, is it really gonna happen again? Good Lord, Salakia. Malachi 1, verse 4, whereas Edom saith, all right. Well, we can start. Yeah. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith Yahweh. Yeah, you say, wherein hast thou lovest us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and I laid his mountains and his heritage for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, saith Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Okay. Esau is currently trying to build what he believes is the perfect system, for his own kingdom, because he wants to be just like Yahweh. He wants to have, because he wants to, let me get this. Let me let the scripture say it, man. 23. Here we go. Am I tweaking? Come on. Okay. I went too far. That's what. So in this part right here, it's Sirach 23 and 19. All right. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. Now, back here in Psalm 64, the secret counsel of the wicked seeks to be just like Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but they want to do it in their own way. Okay, so you go to let's look at this. Millions 2. Yeah, verse 4. So this was talking about the siege of 70 AD in verse 3, but you can still apply it. This part right here is still applicable to Esau Edom, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right, so Esau Edom's got a God complex. He wants things to be done in his own way. Okay. So now that we've established that, let's go back to this. This is his whole reason for doing this. But in the way that this is read, you can understand how Esau's words are guided to get you to believe that this is a good thing. Because look, these devices allow for continuous monitoring without the need to deploy costly helicopters for routine tasks. Oh, it's cheaper. All right, it's fine. You know, you really got to see Esau as a sleazy car salesman. You know, let me see. Why not? Of course. Yeah, this is how you want to see Esau, the way he talks to you. You just know that he's going to screw you over. All right. This guy's going to screw you over. All right. So, whoops. How did I just mess it up? We good? I think we're good. All right. Perfect. Yeah, these devices allow for continuous monitoring without the need to deploy costly helicopters for routine tasks, while also strengthening response capabilities by enabling officers to obtain immediate aerial perspective during high-risk situations or vehicle pursuits. Even now, let's put that back there. 911. Video call. Yeah. So new 911 video call technology allows dispatchers to send a secure link, enabling them to stream live video from the caller's smartphone during emergencies. The system improves emergencies response by allowing, with consent, real-time visual assessment of situations like accidents or crimes, enabling faster, more accurate aid. Okay. So this is the system that he's building. All right. All this technology, and like the brother been making the point, the Lord gave Esau this technology to speed up his demise. All right. Is how much this is what it takes for this devil to further his own downfall. And what how about Shemi Shai? This is just showing us that this devil doesn't got he doesn't got much time left, you know. That's why the scriptures say this devil how is it worded? In Revelation, I believe. Bear with me, Baba Shaw. Yeah, First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Let's look at the stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Yeah, fiercely hungry. And he's constantly looking for he's trying to bring down as many people as he can, because this devil knows he's going down. But the number of days is hid to him. Okay. Let me continue on this real quick. So he's got to bring out all stops. All right. Let me see if I can grab my phone real quick. Bear with me. Well, try bear with me. I think I got it here. Well, try bear with me. Yeah. Job 15 and 20. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years professors. Okay. So that he's constantly all he knows is that he's gonna go down. So what he's trying to do is find any desperate way for him to stay on top. He doesn't believe that he's actually gonna go down. So he wants to stay on top to the best of his ability. So he's got to come out with all this technology, these drones, these flock camera systems. He's got to come with this microchip. All right, he's got to come with these nukes and whatnot. All this for him to stay in power, but it's just not going to work out. But this is just going over what he's new, not new to, new to you, but not new to us. Okay, definitely not new to Esau because he's been having this technology. He's just been holding on to it. Slacking. Yeah, the use of these tools by highway patrols goes beyond passive observation, becoming fully integrated into daily operational logistics. So they're supposed to allow for continuous monitoring without monitoring, without, often Hello. Are we back? Hello. There we go. Alrighty, so that's how it's gonna be. Okay. As I was saying, all right, let's get back to this. Florida Highway Patrol has incorporated drones into its surveillance protocols across the state's major highways. So you got, let's go back. That's what I was gonna do. You know, got these 911 video calls. Florida Highway Patrol, in case you ain't know. Let's go back to here. Make sure you still got something. All right, cool. Making sure that was still working. This devil really. What did you fuck with my internet? Probably. Florida Highway Patrol is a division of the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. It serves as a primary law enforcement agency for the state's highways, operating under the motto Courtesy Service Protection. FHP focused on traffic safety, crash investigations, and criminal interdiction across the network. All right. So it's a subdivision of the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. It's so dumb. Take the L out. It's just FHSMV. All right. Traffic enforcement. Troopers are law enforcement officers with statewide arrest powers, primarily responsible for enforcing traffic laws and investigating. Almost said instigating, but hey, it's not that different. Investigating approximately 58% of the state traffic fatalities. This is not bad. I like that. That works really well. So like I'm getting my system set up. Yeah. Okay. What do you need a Corvette C8 for? God damn. Who's going that fast on the highway? Anyway. But yeah, this is the Florida Highway Patrol. This is who's on the highways with these drones, okay? Looking to, bro, are you serious? Good. Esau trying to fuck with shit, man. Can y'all still hear me at least? What is happening? Okay, so y'all can still hear me. That's good. But you can't see me. That's weird. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Good Lord. All right. I'm going to make this quick. Okay. So the use of these tools by Highway Patrol goes to passive observation, become fully integrated into daily operational logistics. FHP uses these units to map complex traffic accident scenes, significantly reducing road closure times. Okay, that's what they are coming to say this in. Okay, this is how they operate. They do their best to take something. They you give them an inch, they take a mile, essentially. Okay, and you there it is. In Psalms 55 and 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And the reason why I bring out that precept is because the way that it is brought out is made it to sound appealing about, oh, we're going to handle traffic better. We're going to go ahead and make sure that people can actually approach, what's it called? That they can approach, like the police can approach situations safely, as I mentioned here. Um, calling them they can the enabling officers to obtain immediate aerial perspective during high risk situations or vehicle pursuits, making it safer for the police. It's going to help out with traffic, all these things. But what its true intention is, let's just go ahead and keep reading. The efficiency not include traffic flow, but also enhances the safety of officers working at the scene. The technology allows for the collection of precise data, which is essential for forensic reports and post-collision investigations. See, that shit doesn't make any sense. What precise data do you need a drone to scan for post-collision investigations? The only thing I could possibly think of are hit and runs. That would be a post-collision investigation that you would need to use a drone in. That's the only thing I could think of. But outside of that, if people got into a car accident, you don't need a drone to acknowledge that, especially if you got well, just to go out and at first to look at it, that's fine and whatnot. But once the police show up, which they have been all this time, and it hasn't been a crazy thing in which they needed an aerial view, they just come on through the other side of the highway, or they go through the same side of the highway on the left or right shoulders, but this is again made to sound good for this type of purpose. Yes, this sounds, good on paper, so to speak, but in the terms of technical specifications, Florida's agencies have opted for industrial grade models that far exceed the capabilities of recreational equipment. Among the most commonly used is the DJI Matrice series, designed to operate in adverse weather conditions typical of South Florida. Okay. This unit features an IP45 protection rating, which basically means that it's a water resistant up to a certain grade, which is I forget what 4 to 5 is. I think that's sand and water, allowing them to fly in light rain and withstand sustained winds up to 15 meters per second. I wonder what is. Let's do the conversion rate. Can you? All right. Yeah, 15 meters per second per miles per hour. So 33 mile per hour winds. All right. And if you want to know what 33 miles per hour wind feels like, just drive 33 miles per hour and stick your arm out the window. All right. So it can fly through that. It can fly against that. All right. Their modular design enables the integration of various payloads depending on the mission requirements and the needs of law enforcement officers. Okay, so this is the video that I pulled up. This is the drone itself. All right, this is fair use. This is just for educational purposes. I'm not making any money off of this. All right, I know this man is, but this is just for educational purposes. In fact, let me just pull up the fair use thing. All right. Fair use copyright disclaimer. All right. Right here. So this is the disclaimer. Copyright, a disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right. Yeah. I'm not making any money off this. Let's play it. I just realized I haven't checked to see if this is actually picking up audio. It should be now. Okay.
Professionals turn to the Matrice series is payload flexibility, and the M400 pushes this even further. It supports a maximum payload of 6 kilograms, which can be configured in several different ways. Operators can use a single downward gimbal, dual downward gimbal, and even a third gimbal connector for extra flexibility. With 4 external ports available, the drone can carry up to 7 different payloads at the same time. The list of compatible tools is very extensive. You can mount the Zenmuse H30 series with its thermal and zoom imaging, the L2 LiDAR for detailed 3D data collection, the P1 photogrammetry camera for mapping, or mission-specific tools like the S1 Spotlight and V1 speaker. There's also support for DJI's Manifold 3 onboard computer, which delivers powerful AI computing directly on the drone. And because DJI has opened up data interfaces, operators can now integrate third-party payloads as well.
So now you can see that they have a whole bunch of systems designed to have LiDAR, which is a laser. It is a laser scanning device used to 3D map a system. So just like if you have an iPhone and you have Face ID, that uses LiDAR in order to, it's called dot projection mapping, to create a depth chart. So it knows all the contours of your face, and that's how it uses infrared dot placement. Okay, so LiDAR sensor. Yeah, let's just look up LiDAR sensor. All right. So what it does is it scans. It gets like this. You know what it is. It creates a digital 3D mapping of whatever's in front of it. Okay. So this is what that is. So when, let's say because they're going to use this in times of Jacob's trouble to pursue Jake. Okay. They have drones that are really good at seeing what like through the forest. They can go straight through the forest, dodge trees and all these other things, not get caught up, and it's no issue for them. I wonder, do I already have? Wow. Let me see. I think I made a video about it a while ago. Let me see. Let's see. Where are you? Is it this one? Or is it this one? It's one of them. Let me see. It might be this one. Good Lord. No. Drones traversing the forest. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, these. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, 3 years ago. Good Lord. Chinese bamboo forest. Good Lord. Look at it. It's building the map. And it's traversing. and it's mapping everything at the bottom here in real time. Uneven ground, it maps it all out. Extremely dense area, and it doesn't hit anything. All right. Now these are just higher versions of these. All right.
This extremely high level of compatibility means the M400 is not locked into just one industry. It adapts to the needs of public safety, energy inspection, surveying, and many other specialized fields without compromise. Now let's talk about safety and reliability because professional drones are often flown in complex and very high-risk environments, so safety really is non-negotiable. The Matrice 400 has an IP55 rating, meaning it's water resistant and ready to operate in rain, dust, and extreme temperatures ranging from -20 to +50 degrees Celsius. Its obstacle sensing system is one of the most advanced on the market. The drone uses rotating LiDAR, MM-wave radar, and full-color fisheye vision sensors to detect obstacles that other drones might miss. Even thin power lines stretched across valleys or mountain ridges, and even in low light or bad weather. The radar can see through fog and rain, giving operators a level of situational awareness that simply wasn't possible before.
This thing can see through fog and rain. All right. Shalom, Damothia. Y'all bashim al. Hey, so this is what's coming in Orlando. All right. This is what's coming to. They're already using this in Florida. They're starting out in Miami and they're bringing it out to Orlando. Okay. So yeah, their modular design enables integration of various payloads. So they have just regular cameras. Uh, they have the LiDAR projection mapping system. They have the what's it called? What am I thinking of? They have I forgot what was it? Let me let them play it again.
Uses rotating LiDAR. MM-wave
Oh, yeah.
has an IP55 rating of 6 kilograms, which can be configured in several different ways.
Yeah.
Operators can use a single downward gimbal, dual downward gimbal, and even a third gimbal connector for extra flexibility. With 4 external ports available, the drone can carry up to 7 different payloads at the same time. The list of compatible tools is very extensive. You can mount this.
How much is 6 kilograms in pounds? All right. 13 pounds. Damn. What about 13 pounds of Semtex? Yeah, that's not even that much. All right, that's it does not take much for Esau to put this stuff on his technology, man. It does not take that much for him to put this on here and use it as a weapon. You know, he doesn't even have to do anything. He could set up some artillery attachments to these. You know, this is Esau we're talking about. His blessing is the sword, and he makes all sorts of fuckery and weapons and shit. All right, so you got to know your enemy. Okay, this is what Esau. This is how he gets down. All right.
Zenmuse H30 series with its thermal and zoom imaging, the L2 LiDAR for detailed 3D data collection, the P1 photogrammetry camera for mapping, or mission-specific tools like the S1 Spotlight.
They got 2 different ones for mapping and then a whole spotlight. All right.
And V1 speaker. There's also support for DJI's Manifold 3 onboard computer, which delivers powerful AI computing directly on the drone. And because
that's crazy, they put that AI directly on the run algorithms on the spot. Well, all right, and they can run to. They don't even have to deploy police officers there. They can have the drones themselves do it, and they're gonna put it inside their laws, man. All right, that's Isaiah 10. Let's get that real quick. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I think he did something to my internet, bro, because my internet was going way faster than this. Yeah, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Let's get that in the cross in other translations. What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws? All right. I think IBM back in the day put yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch some whatever. I was already on just by preaching the name watch me on shy. So it's Esau. Yeah, I was already on the watch list. IBM. How is it? Yeah, yeah. This is from a foundational quote from a 1979 IBM training manual. And IBM is a computer company. All right. It says a computer can never be held accountable. Therefore, a computer must never make a management decision. Okay. This is where they already have it doing this. You know, when you try to apply for a job, it goes through an AI sorting machine. You know, if it doesn't fit the standard, cut it out immediately. And they don't know what that standard is, so you have to spend your time guessing and hoping that you get it. You know, so then what they do is they'll put a manager to look over things that the AI did say yes to and say that look, it's still being run by a person, but they're still, you know, in that way they still not be um oh, it's not fully automized yet. Well, fully automized. Okay. And yes, you can hold accountable because who's the one that created the system? All right. He's the one that's in of all the resources. He's the one that's putting this situation together. So this drone situation that they got going on here, you can't just say, "Oh, it was the drone's fault." No, it's the person that had the company build them, who gave them the government contract to in order to develop the technology, who gave them the unlimited budget in order to write the algorithms and to that allowed them to be put into the government facility in order to actually be in effect in this. It was the one that created the laws allowing it to be acceptable in this time. This is what's happening. Okay, so you have these drones that are going to be all around Florida. It's the frog in a pot method, you know, let you get used to these things and create situations where it could be applicable, you know. Why does it keep doing that? It's weird. Slovakia. But yeah, this devil is out here constantly. This is what he does. He makes it sound good. It's called order out of chaos. So he's going to create a situation in which this technology seems like a good thing to have out here. Okay. So yeah, these current unlike consumer models, they are built for durability, IP55 rating, long flight times, and heavy multi-sensor payloads. Okay. The lineup is currently headlined by the 400 and 350 RTK, along with the more compact options. All right. So the 400 is the most advanced workhorse platform, featuring up to 59 flights and a massive payload capacity. So that's 13 pounds of. Also supports up to 7 simultaneous payloads and uses rotating LiDAR and millimeter wave radar for superior obstacle avoidance in harsh conditions like in rain or snow, just like how we just shown with these. Okay. All right. It's commonly, yeah. And the 300 RTK is an evolution of the 300. It offers 55 minutes of flight time and centimeter level precision. Centimeter level precision. Oh man, it's commonly used for long range mapping and LiDAR missions. Yeah. Wide zoom and high resolution thermal sensors. So yeah, they're gonna be able to see what's going on. All right. Damn, look at that. $8,000. $9,000. 3 TD drone. So that's a 30 M30. Where's the other ones? 400 Enterprise. All right, $10,000. Dude, what is the how much is a standard Florida helicopter? No. 300, damn. 375,000 to 1.5 mil. Damn. I should ask Florida government helicopter. Let's look at that instead. 3.5 million to 11 million. Good Lord. Yeah, because they got to be able to handle way more stuff. The baseline aircraft prices are lower. The final mission-ready price includes specialized equipment like high-resolution thermal cameras up to $500,000 alone. The thermal cameras alone are $500,000. So yeah, they're looking to subsidize the whole thing and make it that much more affordable. With these drones, it's $10,000 and they get the whole thing. $10,000 for, yeah. This is going to be the and they're going to use that same amount of money that they were pumping in with this kind of stuff and send it into they. I don't know. They may take the helicopters that they have now and send that to the military and use the drones here for constant surveillance here, and then use drones with weapon attachments on them already, because it already supports 13 pounds. Now I don't know what guns they're going to put on there. Should just be 13 pounds, but then again, this is going to have the entire B system. So whatever, just like how in China their system against the law and whatnot, you lose out on the social credit system, and you lose the ability to in certain places. So it's going to be that plus this. What is happening? All right. Pieces of Esau's B system coming together. Okay. But yeah. Well, when you edified, Shalom Yisrael. Wait, are we back? Why does it keep trying to do this? Are we back? All right, I guess we're back. All right, let me get a couple precepts, and then we'll go ahead and close out. All right. Okay. Let me get Isaiah 32 real quick. Yeah, Isaiah 32 and 5. The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl be said to be bountiful. All right. And that vile person is Esau, and he's been seen as a liberal individual. The so-called white man, he's just here to bring peace and safety, is bless us with technology and Christianity, but now the whole world is able to see him for what he really is. And a lot of people up against his technocracy. They don't want to go ahead and, well, a lot of people, when it comes to this World War III, they are absolutely on board with fragging, which, if you didn't know, is taking a grenade and just throwing it at your like your superior officers, or like just intentionally committing friendly fire. You know, yeah. In the NLT, damn. In that day, ungodly fools will not be heroes. Scoundrels will not be respected. Damn, that's fire. The fool, the good for nothing, will be no longer called noble, nor the rogue said to be generous. Beautiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, and make the soul, and he will cause the thirsty to fail. Yeah, you see that with this devil, he's getting worse and worse with how he wants to move. You know, he becoming more prideful. Yeah, Trump's been doing that for a minute, man. Like, he's getting worse and worse, and there are there's I forget who said it, but there's an interview. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Uh, what? Why do you do this? I hit typing and you do some fuck shit. Uh, I forget what the. Let me see. I forget what who the video was talking about. But I'm gonna have to make another channel. Yo, my internet is not bad, bro. Damn. Uh, it's trying to say that my internet is all messed up, but it's not. I don't remember what it was. So never mind, never mind. But yeah, let me get this. Luck. The instruments of the troll are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Yeah, this is that. This is what he does. He devises. He builds things to utter error against the Lord, to make us out to be liars. He says things that is not they're not true. He enforces things that are not true, according to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's gonna come against the prophets. Okay, those are speaking evil against this speaking evil. Those are the ones that are speaking righteousness against this devil, Salakia, because who are showcasing his evil to the world. All right, and the world is starting to wake up to who this devil really is. All right, and for that, he's going to use his technocracy to come against the prophets. Okay, to come against everybody, really, but specifically, uh, it's the prophets that he's sick and tired of. Okay, all right, we're preaching that dreadful sound in his ear. All right, in fact, let me get that real quick. All right. Uh, that's not the one I wanted. I think no. Salak. That's not the one I wanted. But this is still a good precept to bring out anyway. All right. He that is evil to himself, Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Okay. Esau is not going to be able to sit inside of this techno kingdom that he is developing because the Lord is going to bring it down. Okay. This whole beast system that he's implementing, the this 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 system that is designed to punish before even um to punish righteousness. Anybody who is trying to stay out of this devil's grasp, because he's going to do everything he can to take him off the face of the earth. He's gonna because if you're not taking that chip, he's going to either cast you out of society or send you to the guillotine, maybe to prison. These are all the things that the Lord told us was going to happen, that some of us were going to be delivered. What's that? Matthew 10. Yeah, 10-16. Behold, a hard road before them. All right, that's the subheading. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore as wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. And when they deliver you up, take no thought of how you shall speak, for it shall be given to you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not that ye For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. All right. And the brother shall deliver the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. But the point was really over here. Will be brought up before governors and kings for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's sake. Okay. That's the scripture say, who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that's our entire purpose. And because this devil realizes that that's exactly what we're here for, of course he's going to come down like a madman sparing none. Okay, he's going to do everything he possibly can to wipe us off the face of the earth because we stand in his way. All right, Esau is the let me get it. Second is just 6. Yeah, pull it up to 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. Let me get so right after this devil goes down, Yahushua is gonna take his rightful place on his crown on his throne, and he will set up King David and the 144,000, and they shall bring back the rest of Israel, through their seed line, and then that's where righteousness shall be. All right. So the physician, the Sirach 10 and 10, the physician cutteth off a long disease. That's Yahushua cutting off Esau, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay, so today Esau is king, but his empire is going down. Thawadi Halbashim Shai. All right, so he's gonna die. He's getting loot. He's getting completely taken off this earth. All right, and what was the I'm still reading this. Yeah, there's none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. All right. See, this devil, he's incapable of repenting. And like I've made the point in a couple past videos, repenting is different from regret. But he regrets the decision that he made of despising the birthright, and he's trying to get it back. All right. Just like how he wants to be just like the Heavenly Father, like we read earlier, who has the Lord is all knowing and all seeing. He knows all these things, He's able to, he made his own villain, really. He made his own enemy to go up against. So Esau really thinks that he has a chance, but Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to showcase there's nothing that you could possibly do. This man's going to be terrified to fight Yahweh Shai, and he's going to lose, like it says it in Second Esdras 13. Okay. Now, when it comes to this devil and this is what he wants. The only way for him to feel like he's good in this society, in this world, is if everybody's chipped, but the elect are not going to take that chip. And it's going to be the very reason why this man goes down, because the Yahweh Bashim Shai said it long ago, I knew it was the way I spelled beginning. Isaiah 46 and 10. For verse 9, remember the former things of old, for I am the Heavenly Father, and there is none else. I am the Heavenly Father, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, I will do all my pleasure. All right. So nobody is going to be able to take away what Yahweh Bashim El Shai is going to do. Am I thinking of 606? Or am I thinking of 9? Slack, bear with me. Yep. $16. Okay, it was 16. Yeah. What would be the second of 16? Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sacks and hair. Beware your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Okay. This is going to happen. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua spoke it to existence, and it's going to. And let me get that. Yes, you do. You have it. Isaiah 55 and 11. That's what it was. Get it in the KJV. All right. Verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right. And then you go to Habakkuk 2. All right. Yeah, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, the Lord said that this is going to happen. All right, and if Yahweh Shimei Al Shai says it, hey, um, yeah, Romans 3 and 3. All right, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yeah, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. One more, and then I'll go ahead and close out. How is it worded? How is it? I don't think it's this word. Uh, I think it's this one. You know it. What? I don't want no damn emoji. Bokshah. Bear with me. Yeah. See, why are you doing this? Fighting me and whatnot. All right. Isaiah 44 and 24. Thus saith Yahweh thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, that maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servants, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, into the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and will raise up decayed pieces thereof. All right. So Yahweh Shem Shai is confirming the words that he gave to the prophets. Like it says in Amos 3 and 6, 3 and 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing but revealeth his secrets to the servants, his servants, the prophets. All right. So he's confirming that word. So everything coming out of these scriptures is, I mean, literally the technology, every last bit of this devil is true, but our people have a sovereignty issue. You know, they don't have the ability to see that the Bible is not only just showing salvation is true for just the elect of the Israelites, but also who the devil on the Bible speaks of. You know, and then what is going to happen in terms of Jacob's trouble. All right, and how it's going to come to pass. Okay, I'll get one more. Actually, I think that's second address. Right? Let me see if I can grab it on my phone. Yeah. Yeah, I was right. Second address 15. All right. Yeah, verse 14. Let's start there. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, so this is going to be the battle. This is going to be uh, happening amidst the battlegrounds. Okay, you're gonna have Egyptian versus Egyptian going on in Babylon, and then um, you're gonna have martial law. They're gonna come down uh, like crazy with this technology, with the chip system. Okay, they're gonna have all this, the drones, the flock cameras, the constant like AI running the whole show. All right, and verse 17: a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. Okay, so this is going to be a whole lot of this is what's coming to America right here. They're going to keep you from being able to go wherever you wish to go in a 15-minute city. All right, just like how they're trying to do in is that Project Israel that they said, or is that, I think it's in Dubai. The line, yeah, the line in Saudi Arabia is 170 kilometer long mirrored linear city planned for the Neom region. It's designed to be 500 meters tall and 200 meters wide with no cars, roads, or emissions. While touted as a futuristic renewable energy city for 9 million people, it has been scaled back to a 2.4-kilometer phase one section by 2030 due to high costs and construction complexities. All right. This is what they want. Just a line. All right. This is what they want. Now, this is what they're practicing to see if they can accomplish this, to get people to live like this and where they're at. But if you go to a map, good Lord. Okay. Yes, I understand. Good Lord. All right. No, shut up. If you go, if you pay attention, look. Look at all these roads. Look at all these roads. They all converge in this section right here. They all converge in a section. You know, they have some areas. Look at these roads. Well, they got a little bit of something there, a little bit of something, you know. But when you go over here and yeah, look at that. Way more lines, way more streets, way more going on. Okay. Look at that. Got a little bit over here. This is where it's at. Heavily dense area, heavily dense area, heavily denser area, heavily more denser. And then, oh, what's up? Look at all this green. Uh-oh. 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 Now that you think about it, it's a whole lot more green than you see white. Look at that. It's all designed to keep you in a specific area. All right. Okay, we'll come through here a little bit. Look at this fuck ass skeleton. Same thing. You got some land here, but look at this miles, man. You're telling me the entirety of Orlando. Look at this. This is Orlando right here. It's as big as Orlando itself. It's just wildlife. Just wildlife. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Same thing over here. It's all meant to keep you in certain areas, right? This is what they want. They want to be able to cut things off as they please, cut off bridges. But you know, that's Esau's mindset, you know. But yeah, you know, and it's this is where this is the this is it about to take off, you know. But hey, Lord willing, you were edified. I think the point was made already. Hey, the water for tuning in. How about you, Shai Barakat? To you brothers that showed up in the comment board or who tune in later on. I don't want to tell you were edified. Hey, Thwadi, how about you, Shai? Forgive me, spirit, to do this lesson. Shalom to all you Akim and that push out there on the highways and hedges. All right, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of the great millstone who rule well and teach well, the only ones certified to teach the 100% truth of the Bible. And sincere shalom to the Akim out there pushing out this word out, truth and sincerity. And sincere shalom to the Akwath out there who will learn in silence. All right, my name is Bon the Pasha, Lord willing, you edified. All right, shalom.